What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're going to be drawing Storm from X-Men Apocalypse. Let's get started in the center of our page with the eyes. So we're going to move over to the left side and draw in a circle. Starting from the very top. Just going to work our way around to the bottom. And then back up towards the top. Now let's leave a gap in the center and draw the same thing over on the right. So we want to line up the top of the circle. And just come down to the same height. And then back up towards the top. Now we're going to thicken up the eyelash. Starting on the left side at the very top of the eye, we're going to taper this going up. And then just bring that down along the side. And then we'll do the same thing on the right. Going up. And then bringing that down. Let's curl up the eyelash. Starting back on the left, we're going to curl this back down and up. And we'll hook that down and in towards the side of the eye. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curling this up. And coming down and in. We'll fill the eyelash in black. Now I'm going to line up at the bottom edge of the eye, move to the center and draw on the nose. So we're starting left and draw a curve, coming down and back up on the right side. I'm going to move up and draw a short curve in the opposite direction for the bridge of the nose. Let's move down and draw on the mouth. Starting back on the left, I'm going to curve down and then up, and then we'll add the upper lip. In the center, we'll step up, start with a point. From here, I'm going to angle up and out towards the left with a short line. Go back to the center and do the same thing on the right. Now on the left side, I'm going to curve down and then out towards the left side of the mouth. And do the same thing on the right side. Let's draw the lower lip. Going back to the left, curve down, round out the lip, and pull that back up on the right side. Let's move back up and draw on the eyebrows. Starting on the left side, I'm going to curve in, and then hook that down on the inside. Just line this up on the right, go up, and then out. Let's go back to the inside. We're going to flatten this off with a short angled line, going up and in. And you want to taper this out towards the side of the eyebrow. So let's start on the left side, and make it go thicker as you come in. And do the same thing on the right. Let's fill the eyebrows in black. Now we're going to move out and draw the lower half of the head. From the left eye, we're going to step out and draw a large half circle. So we're going to come down in towards the middle, just underneath the mouth. And go out, then up on the right side. And then we're going to draw on the top of the head going up towards the mohawk. Let's start on the left side. We're going to bump up the side of the head going out, up. I'm just going to pull that in to right about there. Let's line this up on the right side and do the same thing. Going out, rounding out the side of the head, and then pulling that in. Let's draw on the bottom edge of the mohawk. Starting on the left side, I'm going to curve down, and then in towards the middle. And then from here, I'm going to curve up and then out towards the right side. Then we're going to go back to the left side. We're going to curve out towards the left, and then hook that back in. Let's add a point. I'm just going to taper this back down with a short line. Let's go all the way up to the top of the mohawk. Going up, and then out towards the right. We'll add another point. Coming in, and then down. And then from here, we're going to curve out and then up. Now we're just going to pull this down and then in towards the right side. And down, and just bend that in. Let's add some texture to the hair. Starting from that center point, we'll bend this out toward the left and back over towards the right. Step over, draw a short curve going up and over, and do the same thing on the right side. Then we're going to move out to the side and add the ears. From the top of the cheek, I'm going to step up, draw a curve going up, round out the ear, and then bend that back in towards the side of the head. We'll line this up on the right and do the same thing. Going up, rounding out the ear, and pulling that in. And then we'll add a fold inside the ear. Starting on the left side, I'm gonna curve up and out. Do the same thing on the right. Let's move down and draw on the body. We're gonna start on the left side, just underneath the head. We're gonna leave a gap, curve out, and then down towards the left hip. Move over towards the right, and do the same thing. Going out, and then down towards the same height. And then we're going to flare out the bottom of the cloak. Starting back on the left, we're going to bend this down and out towards the left, and then we'll hook that back down. Do the same thing on the right. Blending into a curve going out, and then we'll bend that down. Let's move back up and draw the outside edge of our uniform. From the top of our body, we're going to step down, we'll curve in, and then up underneath the head. We'll line this up on the right, we'll do the same thing. Let's add the collar. Underneath the chin in the center, step down, start with a point, and go up and out towards the left, and then the right. From either side of that V, we're going to draw two straight lines coming down. We'll start on the left side. Down to right about there, and the same thing on the right, and then we'll close off the bottom with a straight line. Now we want to connect the bottom corners to the bottom of the cloak with a curve. So we start on the left side, come down and out, and we'll taper that down towards the bottom point. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting on the right, come down and out, and we'll bend that back down towards the bottom. Let's add some detail to our uniform. Starting on the left side, we're going to curve up and out, line this up on the right, and we'll do the same thing. Now on the inside, we're going to draw two straight lines. Starting from the outside, come down, step in, draw another line, do the same thing on the right. Let's go back to the bottom corners of the zipper. On the left side, I'm going to curve out, and then down towards the side of the body. Do the same thing on the right. And then we're going to add a trim along the inside. Starting on the left, we're going to step out, draw a straight line coming down to right about there. Do the same thing on the right. And we'll follow that same curve going out and then down towards the side. And then from that inside point, I'm going to curve up and then out. And we'll step up and draw that same curve twice. Now in between the cloak and the center, we'll start with a point. From here we're going to angle up and out towards the left and right. Step down and draw that one more time. Start with that point, angle up towards the left and right. And then we're going to add that flap that comes down the center. Starting on the left side, underneath the cloak, a straight line coming down. Same thing on the right. And then we'll close off the bottom with a straight line. Now I just want to trace this out along the inside. Starting on the left, go across towards the right, and then back up. Let's draw on the legs. Underneath the flap in the center, we leave a gap, go over to the left side, curve out and down towards the left heel, move over towards the right, curve out and down towards the right heel. And now we're going to round out the bottom of the feet. Starting from the heel, I'm going to curve down and we'll bend this up towards the toe. And we'll do the same thing on the right side. Then going back to the left side, let's round out the top of the foot. Starting from the toe, we're going to curve up. And we'll bend this down, aiming towards the heel. We're going to stop right about there. And we'll do the same thing on the right. Going up, and then we'll bend that down. Let's add a thick sole. We take this curve, step up, and just trace that across on both sides. Now we're going to line up with the side of the hip underneath the cloak, curve down, and then in towards the top of the foot. Let's do the same thing on the right. We're going to line this up, come down, and then bend that in. Then we're going to go back to the left and draw the edge of the boot cuff. Starting on the outside of the leg, curve down and then up, line this up on the right, and do the same thing. We're going to connect the bottom point of the cloak with a curve starting from the left, going in behind the legs and over towards the right. So we'll start out here, curve up, in behind the legs, we'll continue in between, and we'll come down on the right side. We're also going to add a thick stripe on the outside of the leg. So underneath the cloak we'll step in, just follow the same curve of the leg coming down towards the edge of the boot. Now we're going to move back up and draw the arm stretched out towards the side. From the top of the body on the left, we're going to step up underneath the head, curve down, and then out towards the wrist. Let's line this up on the right, curve down, and out towards the right. Now going back to the left side, let's start with the thumb. From the wrist, we're going to curve up, bend that down. I'm going to round up the thumb and then go back up. Let's draw on the palm. From the inside of the thumb, come down and then hook that in. Let's draw the same thing on the right. Starting from the wrist, curve up, bend that down. Then we're going to round out the thumb and then go back up. And from the top of the thumb, come down and hook that in. Now we're going to add 3 fingers on either side. Let's start right beside the thumb. We'll draw a half oval. Going out and then hooking that back in. Let's add 2 more. Starting at the bottom, curve out, in, and we'll tuck that up underneath the thumb. Let's do that one more time. Now we're going to do the same thing over on the right. Start with a half oval beside the thumb. Step down. We'll tuck this in underneath the thumb. We'll do that one more time. Now we're going to go to the bottom of this finger and curve down and just hook that back up. Do the same thing on the right. Coming down and then bending it up. Then from the inside edge of the hand, we'll step down, come in, and we'll bend that up in behind the body. And we'll line this up on the right, and down, and then out. Let's add in the wristband. Start from the top of the wrist, and curve in, and then down towards the bottom of the arm. And do the same thing on the right. We're going to draw that same curve 2 more times. Stepping in, draw that once, step in, and then twice. And then from the top, we're going to step down, curve in, and then up towards the top of the arm. We're also going to add a band along the top of the arm. Starting from the top of the body, we'll step down, curve up and out. Do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to step down, draw a short line coming straight down. And then we're going to bend that in and then down behind the body. We're also going to layer a cape in behind. So let's start underneath the arm on the left, curve down and out toward the left, and we'll just bend that down. Let's do the same thing on the right. Come down and out towards the right, and then we'll bend down towards the bottom. We want to connect these 2 points with a curve. So let's start on the left side, go up, in behind the body, continue on the right side, coming down towards the right. And that's pretty much it. There's Storm from X-Men Apocalypse. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.